How will we develop? There's one interesting thing to learn here. You know, the technique of development. Japan, when we were doing management, we learned this Japanese management. So Japan, after the Second World War, you would have read, it was devastated, completely destroyed. Millions of Japanese were killed. The infrastructure was destroyed. Cities were destroyed. You know, 2 cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they were atom bombed and vaporized. Terrible condition. It was occupied by the Americans. Within 20 years, Japan was a rising economy in the world. Within 30 years, it was one of the top economies of the world. Until today, it is one of the top economies of the world. How? 1947, when India became independent, at that time Japan had just come out of the Second World War. 1945, Second World War was over. 1947, if you see condition of Japan, if you see condition of India, actually India was better. Condition of India was better. Within 30 years, reversed. Japan is at the top, we are somewhere. How? So one of the things which I learned from them, it's a well-known system, but we can apply to our own lives. What is the system? It is called quality circle and incremental improvement. You write down this word only, Kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N, Kaizen. Now I'm not going to teach you about quality management. I'm going to teach you about how to apply Kaizen in your own life. Kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N, Kaizen. What does it mean? Incremental improvement, small improvement. What they do is, in Japan, schools, offices, and of course industries, once in a week or once in 2 weeks, they will sit together in one department, suppose. They will sit in a circle. It's called a quality circle. What will they do? Just day before yesterday, somebody was talking about it. Quality circle. What do? They take up an issue. Suppose we are in this university and in the office maybe. So we are working in the office or teacher's common room. What should we do? Everybody has to give one small suggestion. It should not involve spending large amount of money. It should not make a big difference, a big change, small change only. But you have to suggest something. So somebody may suggest, our desks are dirty, so why not all of us, when we come for our work, we will have a piece of cloth, just 2 seconds we will clean the desk. It's a very tiny suggestion. Another one may suggest, little flower plant we should maintain in the building, flower pots, and such person will have duty of looking after it. Like this, everybody will give one suggestion and it has to be implemented. And these are small suggestions, very cheap, easy to implement. Imagine after 1 week, so many changes will be there. After 1 month, so many changes will be there in that office or in that college. After 1 year, how that college will look, how that university will look. Imagine, little changes every week. Everybody is making changes. Little improvement, just a little improvement. Not a big improvement, not an expensive improvement, just a little improvement. This incremental change, slowly over the years, it makes a vast difference in quality. Vast difference in quality. That is visible. Those who have visited Japan, I have not, but all are impressed. Recently our Prime Minister, I think, also visited Japan. So, Swami Vivekananda, when he went to Chicago, before that he stopped in Japan. And he was so impressed, he wrote in a letter, I wish our young men and women, our young people, they should visit Japan and see. And we can translate this, we can transfer this learning to our own country. So, Kaizen. Now, how to implement Kaizen in our own lives? I saw something some 16, 17 years ago in Deoghar, in that school where I was teaching. One gentleman, a management consultant, came and he showed us how to apply Kaizen in our daily lives. What he showed us, I have never forgotten, and I will show it to you today. You will also never forget in your lives. But only one thing, you have to do what I tell you to do. Are you ready? You are asleep. You are ready. Then you have to do one thing. You have to sit straight. Sit straight. Just do what I tell you to do. Sit straight. Now, raise both your hands. Raise your hands even higher, little more. Okay, put your hands down. That's all. What happened? Something very interesting happened. When I asked you to raise your hands, you all raised your hands. When I asked you to raise a little more, all of you raised a little more. which means the first time you did not raise it to the maximum possible extent. And this is a great thing about human psychology. Whatever we do not do it to the full extent we can do. We do not do it to the fullest possible extent. Maybe little children, primary school children, they are very enthusiastic. If you tell them to raise their hands, they will raise fully. But as we grow a little older, we always do a little less. Whatever our capacity, we do 70%, 60% of that. More is remaining capacity. And this is not a bad thing. This is a sign of hope. It means, that consultant told us, it means every day I can actually do my studies a little better. What I am doing now, right now I can do a little better because I am not doing up to my maximum extent. My feelings for others, it can be a little better because what I am doing right now is not the maximum capacity that I have got. My work, your studies, your work in the house and in the university, whatever you are doing, definitely it can be a little better because you are not doing the maximum that you can do now. So, every day, improve how much? Kaizen, a little bit. You have that capacity. Hand you cannot keep on stretching indefinitely. There is a limit. But there is no limit to our abilities to think creatively. There is no limit to our abilities of feeling. And there is no limit to the perfection we can get in work. So the development of the head, the heart and the hand, every day apply Kaizen to yourself. When you get up in the morning, you make a vow, today my thinking, my studying will be a little better. How it will be a little better? You think you know which place you are lacking, particularly you know. So what I can do a little better? Second thing is my feelings for others, sympathy for others will be little better than what it was yesterday. And little better only. And my work, the work that I do will be a little better than what I did yesterday. Not only one day, daily if you do this, you will feel the difference in 6 days. By next week, you will feel the difference. You will be happier, your productivity will be more. People will notice what has happened to this person. Oh, he went to Ramakrishna Mission for attending a value education workshop. So, apply Kaizen to your lives. Let us apply this incremental improvement, small improvement. One senior Swami told us, very interesting, what difference should you make in your life? Don't make a big difference. It's very difficult to sustain a big difference in life. It's easier to sustain a small difference. He told us in Hindi, न्यूनतम से शुरू करो, सरलतम का अभ्यास करो. Start with the smallest, practice the easiest. What should I do? Start with the smallest, practice the easiest. Whether it is studies or feelings or work, whatever I am doing now, the next improvement, make the smallest step, take the smallest step, take the easiest step. If you start with the smallest and practice the easiest, your mind will never tell you that you cannot do it. If you start do something very big, your mind itself will sabotage you. It will say that you cannot do this. I cannot do this. What small step, your mind has to agree, yes, I can do it. So start with the smallest, practice the easiest.